You ever wonder where the word LOC came from? Check out this clip from CRlPS SAG from Santana Block talking about the brown homies who joined the blue team and influenced the word LOC.
I believe Hollywood, man, played a role in guys other than black wanting to become a member of the Crips or the Bloods, you know, because Hollywood had glorified the Crips and the Bloods mainly more than others, you know, like with Colors, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, and you know, and through all that, you know, with the us getting Mexican homies and becoming part of our thing, you know, we incorporated them into our stuff, you know, like the word LOC. Everybody think LOC mean Crip and all that and this, cause LOC is short for loco. You understand? LOC mean you crazy. And most niggas who put the LOC to their name stood on that. You understand? You know, you let a motherfucker know you with the business, huh? You know. And then, like I say, when we started having the brown with us, you know, and they speak their Spanish and do their Spanish saying, yeah, loco, you know, and they holler it up. You know, black folks, we used to shorten our slang. Instead of saying loco, we said, what's up, love? You know what I mean? The first two that I recognize for incorporating the Brown Brothers stuff into our stuff with us was either the Watts Baby LOCs or the Gray Streets or the Salos, the 107 Hoovers. Now, the Salos was using the LOC in their name. The Watts Baby LOCs incorporated into their hood. Watts Baby LOCs, WBLC. Now, as far as Compton go, we wasn't on the LOC shit at first. That was in LA. That was going on before it got over to us. That was in LA. So when I was hanging around the Salos, and Lil Devil knew, well, say low, what's up, low? Say low. But yeah, when I was hanging out with the Salos, I started putting LOC on my name. And like I tell y'all, I hits up, because I used to write SAG LOC, SPC, SAG LOC, Roll Street SPC, LOC, put them on my shirt, you know, all this shit. And then Compton got the billing on the LOC. Now, I think it was a homie from Park Village that did the LOCC. Then the Compton niggas got to doing the LOCC to let you know this LOC is coming out of Compton.
It wouldn't be LA without Mexicans, black love, brown pride in the sets again. Shout out to CRlPS SAG. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel on YouTube and go over there and show him some love. He has some great stories. I'm telling you, I can listen to CRlPS SAG Compton stories all day long. So shout out to CRlPS SAG. But did you guys know that? I bet a lot of these guys running around the street saying the word probably don't even know the true origins of the word LOC. But it makes perfect sense that it came from the brown homies and their influence on the blue team. But definitely was something I didn't know before CRlPS SAG spit this game. Had no idea whatsoever. Some dope history. Went from LA to Compton. And it's just a word now that is synonymous in Los Angeles with the blue team. Pretty dope history right there. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you guys think of CRlPS SAG, man. I like doing segments on CRlPS SAG. He always has some good stuff to talk about. So if you want more of CRlPS SAG content, comment down below, man. I'll do more. A lot of you people seem to like here in CRlP SAG Talk, at least according to the comments. So I'll definitely keep it coming if that's something that you enjoy. And like I said, make sure you go over to his channel as well and show him some love and follow him and tell him DustyVisionTV sent you. And please make sure you hit that like button if you have not already. I need you to smash that like button. It is the best thing you could do for me right now. It lets the algorithm know that I exist. And right now I need all the help I can get because numbers are low. YouTube is doing their thing and just not vibing with me well. It's okay, though. I use their platform. I got to abide by the rules, so I get it. But it is a little rough out in these YouTube streets, man. So make sure you guys tell somebody about DustyVisionTV. Tell a friend. Post it on your Facebook, man. Post it on your Instagram. If I post a clip on my Instagram, DustyVision Radio on Instagram, by the way. If I post a clip on my Instagram, share it to your story. Those little things right there are what really helps me grow. I do appreciate you guys, each and every one of you. And like I said, before you head out, please hit that like button if you have not already. And if this is your first time joining the channel and you like what you hear, please hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, you just might appreciate this bonus clip I'm about to play for you right now. Let's give our, everyone out there a history lesson on how Chicanos were being treated in California in the late 30s, early 40s. And before we do that, keep in mind, everyone, just less than 100 years before that, California belonged to Mexico. And we were, at war, like my man Manny said earlier, and American whites were growing suspicious of Chicanos in Los Angeles. There were rumors going around that Chicanos had spies working with the enemy and the Japanese, and a lot of the early marijuana laws were enacted specifically to put Chicanos in jail and prison. So talk to us to the best of your knowledge how Chicanos were treated, in the 30s and 40s in California. We're going to go back to 1930s. And to this day, I asked my mom, she's 95 years old, still alive. Wow. You're blessed, bro.
And I questioned her, but my mom keeps things inside. She doesn't talk about it, but I questioned her because I found out through PBS on television his Mexicans were sent back to Mexico when the Depression, and that's
they
about
were taking
the time.
Jobs, right?
Right.
Cool.
They were here working,
Quote.
but since the whites didn't have jobs, okay, you Mexicans are going back to Mexico, so the whites could have the jobs that they were doing. And I asked my mom, because my mom was born in 33 is when she went back at 5 years old, and she was born in Van Nuys, California. And I go, Mom, was it because she said because they treated them bad in school. The Mexicans, it's probably true. The Mexicans in the back and the whites stayed up front. They only taught the whites and the Mexicans in the back, just like the blacks on Rosa Parks.
South.
You sit in the back of the bus, yeah. And so I asked her, and she didn't really give me an answer, but I think I'm right. That's what happened. They got deported back to Mexico because it's the same time frame. And this way, whites could work whatever jobs they had, like matching, picking the field and all that. And then my mom came back. I was born on Christmas Eve, 1948, is when she came back to Chino, California, where I lived a few years and then moved to Paramount in 58. But that's right there. That's and then I seen PBS. I watch PBS because they have documentaries on blacks, Japanese, Chinese, and all the Chinese workers in the 1800s did the railroad, and you don't hear too much about that. But, there's signs like in Texas, Arizona, and no Mexicans or dogs allowed in a restaurant. Nowadays, how could they do that? But that's the way it was back in those days. Yeah. And like you said, it belonged to Spain, and then Mexico owned it, and then we were a threat, I guess. We were like just like the blacks, slaves.
the haciendas. They're workers. Yeah. So there's been a lot of racism, and then even the pickers in the 30s, 40s, there was no bathrooms or nothing. They just picked for whatever quarter a day or whatever it was back in those days. Shoot, when I got out of the Navy in '73, $2 was the minimum wage, and I had 2 kids, so I took a $4 job. Yeah, yeah. So,
damn.
Yeah,
Different time.
A lot. And then just last month, I've been wanting to see that movie Till on that boy from Chicago that they brutally beat and killed in Mississippi.
Yes.
Till, yeah. Oh, what a movie!
Till? I haven't seen it. Yeah, I know the story for sure.
Oh,
but I haven't seen it.
You gotta see it. You gotta see it.
Oh man,
you gotta see it.
Yeah,
they should. Yeah, his mother to do that because the mortician said, "Nah, don't show your son's in the viewing. Don't show his body." She goes, "No, I want the world to see this."
And now that picture that picture's worldwide famous, and
yeah. And the other movie that I feel all the high schools should be showing this movie, Stand and Deliver.
Love that movie. One of my favorites, literally. Yeah. Shout out to Jaime Escalante, Garfield High.
Yeah. Because I love that saying. He says, "Oh yeah, if it would have been Beverly Hills, you guys wouldn't be investigating. But because it was Garfield and Mexican, they investigated." So that was a good point. I love that in the movie.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, that should be shown at all high schools. To me, that should be shown. And now that we're talking, I'm gonna go to, because I know the football coach at Paramount. Everybody knows me. Maybe they can bring Chicano studies back to a high school, or any of the blacks, Japanese, just overall history. Because I don't know, these kids nowadays, they don't know.
They have no idea, bro.
They have no idea. Yeah, when the movie Cesar Chavez came out, I think like 10 years ago, I went to the theater dressed suit, and I stood in the aisle, and I see Hispanic kids go by. "Oh, you're gonna go see Cesar Chavez?" "No, oh, man, that's our brother, man." And this is the way he dressed. Zoot. They look at me. I go, "Did you guys know he was a zoot or no?" Yeah.
What's a zoot? Like they don't even know. Like they're so far removed, bro. Man.
Yeah. Like what is it? They were looking at me weird because of my clothes. Like I go, "Yeah, he was a zoot, or he wore this." And Cesar Chavez is buried in a little town called Keene, right out of Tehachapi. It's of a national monument there. Obama went there in 2012 and made it officially a monument there. I've gone there. I even got the city of Paramount to do a bus trip there. So as soon as it was, and that was 5 years ago when I mentioned it, and they just did it last year. And man, I got on that bus. I was there. So that's history there. And that was like his hideaway. It's out in like in the mountain area, rural area. Because I thought he was buried in Delano, but that's where he's buried. Keene, Keene, I believe. Keene.
Yep.
Keene. That's where he's buried. And now his wife passed a few years ago. Now she's there. And for his birthday, I usually go there. The first time I went, it was like 7, 8 years ago. His brother was speaking when I walked in, and after he spoke, he goes, "Man, when I seen you, you brought memories of my brother, Caesar." So he was a zoot-zooter. I'll never forget that. News media was there. Brother, I'm not bragging, but I'm all over the website. I don't do computers or tablets, nothing. I live in the 40s. I tell people.
I love it.
I don't text. You call me. If you send me a text, I'll read it, but I won't text you back. And my ringtone when you call me or anybody calls me, it's "In the Mood" by Glenn Miller, 1942. Yeah. So I'll be at a restaurant and it rings and people, oh man, they start like dancing. They go, "Oh, I love that ringtone." Well, I'll go to your provider. They'll put a song that you want in it. A lot of people don't know that, but they'll put a song that you like.
Oh yeah.
So I'm a diehard historian. I love history.
Same here. I'm in heaven right now, just hearing these stories, man. I like this stuff.
Yeah.